logo designer's portfolio is like a shop window. If it's messy and doesn't look good, customers are going to walk straight past you. So how can you be 100% confident that your portfolio is ready to attract as many high-value clients as possible? And how have I showed hundreds of designers within Brand Designer Pro how to improve their portfolio so they can attract better clients and make more money? Well, it all starts with the question. Why does this coffee taste so weird? No, that's not the question. The question is, who do you actually want to shop at your store anyway? Because if we're honest with ourselves, most designers make their portfolios to try and impress other designers. Or at the very best, they're not even sure what types of clients they're trying to attract. They show the pretty grids, the nice mock-ups, the lovely color palettes with a million shades of green. And although it kind of looks nice, they wonder why there isn't a long queue of clients waiting to work with them. Now, let me tell you a little bit of a secret you're not going to like. Clients don't really give a shit about your mock-ups. They also don't care about your pretty grids, and they certainly don't care about your color palettes. So what do they care about? Well, they care that you can do the job that they need you to do. And it's really as simple as that, but wait, there's more. They're going to ask themselves, am I going to waste my money when I pay this person? Will this person be able to get the result that I personally want for my business? So how can you reassure clients that you're the right designer for them? And how can you encourage them to trust you so they'll put their hand in their pocket and give you their hard-earned money for your services and expertise? Now, the answer is actually really simple. Clients want to see the type of work that they want personally. So what does that even mean? Well, what most logo designers do is they just try to do as many different logos as possible, and they show every single logo that they've ever created on their portfolio. But I'm sorry to say, if you're doing that, you're doing it all wrong, and you're probably losing a considerable amount of money. And that's because smart brand designers and logo designers understand that they should only showcase the type of work that they actually want. So the smartest thing to do is actually to choose one style of the 8 different logo types and then specialize in that particular type of logo. Ultimately choose one and become a master of it. Now, that doesn't mean that if a client comes along and says, oh, I like your work, can you do this type of logo? Then you can do another type of logo, but it just means that you shouldn't show it on your portfolio. Now, if you don't want to specialize in a certain type of logo, you can also specialize in industries. So for example, you can focus on hospitality or tech companies or other types of companies that you feel comfortable branding. Maybe you're passionate about sports, so you want to work with sports teams. Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. But you have to specialize in regards to a certain type of logo or industry so you can really build credibility in one specific area. So once you've got your specialization under wraps, what other things can you do to really elevate your portfolio and give yourself the best chance possible to attract the highest quality clients? Now, there are 3 main things that I've learned from the top designers out there that have really helped to boost my conversion rate on my website and get me far more clients that are willing to pay me significantly more just because my portfolio is so much better. And the first thing that I changed is I started to show my process, not just the result. By showing your process, you're showing the warts and everything. You're showing where you went wrong and how you pulled it back to go right. Clients like to see the end result, but they also like to see how you got there. And by showing them the entire journey of the logo development process from start to finish and all the different ideas that you explored, it just gives the client reassurance that you have a solid process that they can follow to get the result that they need. And within that process, you also need to showcase how you solved the problem. For example, with a logo design project, what was the main message that you were trying to communicate and how did you try to solve that problem in different ways? And you should make sure that you show what worked and also what didn't work. Because if you can show a client that you were going in the wrong direction and then you realize that you were going in the wrong direction, so you pulled it back and you went in a more successful route, that is going to show that you have initiative to guide their project successfully too. Which takes me on to the third tip, where you actually need to create a story for every single project. Because logo design projects are like little stories, right? You have a challenge and then you are ultimately trying to overcome that challenge together with the client, and then you make wrong turns and you come back and then you eventually end up at the place where you need to be, hopefully. So within your portfolio, you need to tell that story, both in text and also in imagery. You need to guide the client through that process so that they know what to expect when they're actually hiring you. And also as well, it can be a great example of how in-depth your process is. Because if you can actually showcase your process within your portfolio, a client's going to know what to expect, so they're going to be far more at ease throughout the process when working with you. therefore allowing both yourself and the client to have a much better experience whilst engaged in the project. Also as well, it really helps if you can get a video testimonial for your portfolio pages. It can make a massive difference in regards to building trust. And if you're struggling to get video testimonials or you're not quite sure how to get them, I seem to have a video up here which you can watch, which tells you exactly how to get video testimonials for pretty much any client, no matter how scary they are. You can get anyone to do this, and it's all explained in this video. So click it and you'll find out how. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. I'm trying to help you. Do it. Do it. Do it.